Hello everyone, my name is Dan Rabari. I'm from iBooks Accounting. Today we're going to talk about the many measures announced by the Prime Minister of Australia over the last couple of weeks. There are many supports available for whether you're individual, whether you are a business owner. The government has announced packages for all of them to support you through this crisis time. We know this coronavirus has created a lot of drama around us, and the entire globe is under the stress financially and emotionally as well. Health of many people are at risk. The finances of many people and countries are at risk as well. And just saw the news about one of the ministers in Germany also did suicide actually, because of the stress he faced because in the economy due to this pandemic. So fortunately, in Australia, government has taken a few good steps to support you whenever you need. Mainly, today we're going to talk about what are those packages, what are those payments available through whether you're individual or a business owner. So let's talk about them briefly, and then we'll talk about one of the payment in more detail. So I'm going to share my screen in a minute. All right. So there are four different type of benefits to summarize, which were announced through this stimulus package by the government. Mainly, they are for permanent residents and citizens of Australia. One of them was announced yesterday, which is JobKeeper payment. The details and clarity on that will be released soon once it is passed through the Parliament of Australia. There's another one which was announced last week, the cash flow boost for the small businesses who are struggling. So that's the one many of the businesses are going to get if they are employing the employers. They are employers and they are employing employees in their business, and has been up to date with their lodgements and the compliance requirements by the government, which is put in through. There's another one for individuals, which is the job seeker payment. There is some requirements as such, like your turnover or your work or your income has gone down by more than 20%, then obviously subject to some of the income and asset test, you might be entitled to receive this job seeker payment through Centrelink. The application process has been handled via Centrelink for that one. The next one we're going to talk about briefly is the early release of the super fund, superannuation. Normally in Australia, superannuation funds are accessed to at the time of retirement. In rare cases, of a crisis like financial hardship or the serious illness, if you're going through that, you might be able to access. But because of this coronavirus pandemic, the government has announced that the people who are struggling, who has lost their income, might be able to access that super early. Mainly, there will be $10,000 available this year and the $10,000 available next year. Now, we have heard enough that many people are getting questioning that the government is not supporting the international students or visa holders in more detail. Unfortunately, not many payments are available as much as the payments available to the Australian residents and the Australian residents and the citizens. However, there are a couple of more options are available for international students as well. One of them being early release of super. If you have super, if you have been paid super by your employer, and you have some super available in your super account, depending on your circumstances where your income has gone down or you've been unemployed, you lost the job, you probably will be able to apply for early release of super. That funds will help you go through this hard time. We don't know when this is going to end. It might be 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, even a year. Until this vaccine is available to prevent this, we're not sure about the time frame, not the governments as well. So this payment might be able to help you to go through this hard time. There are some criteria you need to meet, such as you need to be unemployed, you need to have lost your job, and there are a few other criteria. We'll talk more in detail in the next video we're going to release on just focusing on early release of the super as well. There's another relief not available to everyone, but many people, many students or visa holders might be working on their as a subcontractor on their ABN. So normally when you lodge a tax returns and when you have a tax payable situation, the ATO starts basically. I just need to go back to the previous slide. Sorry. So the ATO enter those taxpayers into PAYG income tax installment regime. So what that means is normally the business operators needs to, or sole traders needs to pay their tax in advance on a quarterly basis, via PAYG tax installment system. And many of you guys have already received later, have been receiving letters every quarter, and you may have been already paying this every quarter. Now, because of the crisis, the government has actually allow us a little bit of liberty where you can vary your installment to ease off your cash flow, to reduce some pressure on your cash flow as well. So you might want to utilize that. And if you're not sure how to do it, you can always contact us on our office numbers, which is 07355 and we'll guide you through that as well. We're happy to help whenever we can. Now, the main one, which was announced yesterday, and we got plenty of phone calls this morning itself, a JobKeeper payment subsidy, which government has announced. As per the announcement by the government yesterday, the employers will be entitled to receive up to 1,500 a fortnight per employee from 1st of May 2020. This payment will be backdated as well. So that will be received from 1st March onwards, backdated to that date. The criteria around that is mainly, the business should have faced reductions of 30% in their income. Those businesses and employers mainly are eligible for that. It is mainly available for the Australian employees who are Australian citizens, permanent residents, or people on a protected special category visas, or a non-protected special category visa where they have been residing in Australia continually from 10 years or more, or they might be on the special category supplies 444 visa holder as well. So mainly the Kiwis, New Zealand passport holders living in Australia might be on one of those visas, are also included in this benefit payment. So what are the requirements? What you should do? So first of all, before we go further on the eligibility, who is eligible or not, if you are eligible, all the employer must register on ATO website using the link shown in this slide here, which is www.ato.gov.au/job-keeper-payment/. So once you click on that link, basically it will ask you to enter your ABN, business name, contact details, and they will start sending you updates on what are the requirements are, how you can access this benefit as well. So effectively, the way it works is that the government will be paying $1,500 a fortnight at a minimum to per employee to the employer. Then employer has to give minimum of that amount before tax to the employees. So this measures has been put in place by looks of it to protect your jobs mainly, and so that the employers are not laying off the employees because they can't afford to pay, because the government is actually paying this minimum $1,500 so that you can keep your jobs. That's a massive step taken by the government to help protect your jobs and to help the economy as well. Now, the second step you need to do is obviously provide information to ATO on eligible employees. As mentioned in the earlier slide, not every employee is eligible. The employee has to be the Australian residents, the citizens, and there are some special visa holders who can access these benefits. The international students are not included, or temporary visa holders are not included, unfortunately. So obviously those employees will not count toward this quota. Now, the main focus was also ensure that eligible employees are receiving this benefit. This requirement is just to ensure employers are not keeping the money in their own pockets, actually. So this is to give this money to a minimum of that much wages, up to $1,500 a fortnight to the employee. That's why they have been introduced. Now, you also have to let all the employees, whether they are receiving this or not. Obviously, you need to notify all the eligible employees that they are receiving these payments. You need to also report to the ATO on a monthly basis, including number of eligible employees that are employed in your business. Now, what is the eligibility criteria? So you need to be a business owner where the business a turnover is less than 1 billion and the turnover is reduced by 30% or more. Now, the period they will compare about this reduction will be same period a year ago. So let's say, for example, the turnover in March is, let's say, 100,000. Then it has to be 30% down compared to turnover in March last year. So the comparable period of 1 month at least, it should be compared to last year. So they're just trying to be fair. The turnover definitely has gone down to make you eligible to apply for this JobKeeper payment, so you can pay your employees. The businesses over 1 billion or more, obviously their income or turnover, I should say, should be reduced more than 50% compared to the same period last year. And obviously the business is not subject to major bank levy as well for these big businesses. For employees, the requirements are quite simple, but you need to be currently employed by the eligible employer, including those stood down or rehired. If you lost the job, that's fine. You will receive a pop-up in your MyGov account. You can indicate that you want to claim that. And if your employer has experienced 30% or 50% reduction in sales or turnover, depending on the size of the business, then obviously the business will have to opt. You need to talk to your employer and they need to opt in for this service. And you were employed by the employer as at 1st March 2020. So this is a clear indication here that any further arrangements created solely to get this benefit now will not receive this benefit. So guys, please do not approach us to ask whether if we add employee now or if we actually start paying ourselves wages now, whether we'll be eligible or not. It clearly says the employees must be employed by the employer at 1st March 2020. So if they were not on that day, forget about it. Another criteria is there has to be full-time, part-time or long-term casuals. The casuals is deemed to be long-term if they have been with you guys for 12 months or more as at 1st March. It cannot be sudden, hire employee last night and you start claiming for those. Unfortunately not. And obviously, the employee must be at least 16 years of age. Now, further, obviously, as I mentioned earlier as well, it has to be Australian citizens, the permanent resident visa holders. There are some special categories visas, including the Kiwis here on a visa in Australia as well. The other main criteria they set is for the employees to receive this benefit is they should not receive the same payment from any other employer as well. So they can only receive from one employer. So that's the main criteria as well, guys. Keep in mind that. So if your employee is already claiming JobKeeper payment through another employer, you cannot indicate that in your employee list for eligible employees. How to find it? You have to obviously ask your employees whether they have claimed it or not. All right, so another one, a really good topic to discuss is if your employees receive the JobKeeper payment, this may affect their eligibility for payments from Service Australia, as they must report their JobKeeper payments as income. So just keep that in mind as well. What is the process ahead? Obviously, you need to register your intention on the website I mentioned earlier, which is ato.gov.au/job-keeper-payment. Once the process has been finalized by the government, once it is passed through the parliament, they will release the process ahead, which is mainly, eligible employer will need to apply for this scheme by online application. You need to submit it online on ATO, and the first payment will be received by us from the ATO in first week of May. For further details, obviously register your interest there, so you should receive up-to-date information through ATO itself directly. Now, again, no, it is quite nice to feel that, okay, government is helping us to get this 1500, and these are the criteria, and start celebrating, wow, I'm eligible or not. But hold on tight, guys. This is yet to be passed in the parliament as we speak, and may change during the process. So I would suggest follow us on our Facebook to get notified of any updates that come along. And obviously, there's a disclaimer I need to read through as well, that this information we have provided is general purpose. It's only for informational purpose only. It is not intended to provide any advice, tax, legal, or accounting. And we suggest you consult your own tax, legal, or accounting advisor before engaging in any of such transactions. So get advice before you start doing anything. Before you start paying your employees, that in the hope that you will getting this benefit, and check whether you are eligible. And more clarity will be released by the ATO and the government as well once this is passed through the parliament as well. So hold on tight, and we'll keep you posted. Now, obviously, last few weeks, couple of weeks at least, there are many different packages and the benefits are released by the government. There is overwhelming information available on the net and in all different media channels like social media or news channels as well. It's quite hard to keep up to date with what is applicable in your particular situation. So we have created one service here. If you want to, you are more than welcome to opt in for this. We have called it Stimulus Package Information Membership. What it does is, by paying once of 250, including GST for businesses, this package, this membership will give all updates on basically what benefits are available, what are applicable to in your scenarios. It may be applicable to someone else, but may not be applicable to you. So by subscribing to this information, we will send individual email to you. It is not the bulk email which we normally send to all of our clients as in form of generic information. This is more specifically analyzed information dedicated to you and your circumstances. So that's the benefit of subscribing to this package membership. So we will analyze your situation. We'll let you know what are the eligible payment you can apply for and how to apply. What is the process ahead? We'll guide you through the process as well, whatever in our regime. So whatever we can, we'll help you through the process as well if you're a member of this package. So what you need to do to get this membership? All you have to do is send your full name, email address, business name, and mention in the email that you want to subscribe to this package, and email us at support@iBooksaccounting.com.au, and one of our staff member will be in touch with you to get you started. Mainly, the process is once you send this email, you will receive one invoice from us for this membership fee, which once you pay, your membership will be activated. You will be given all these priorities and information which applies to you. If you're not our clients already, we will be in talk with you to understand your situation, and we'll organize one-to-one consultation to understand your scenarios, whether what situation you're going through, whether you are a business owner, whether you are an employee who lost a job, or you're a retiree, whatever it might be. We will analyze your data. We'll gather all the information, analyze your data, and send the applicable information to you based on this package. So hold on tight with us. Feel free to email us once if you want to subscribe. It's definitely more value than it looks like. It is valuable. It will make sure you don't lose any payments which you are entitled to. It's a great service. I reckon everyone should be subscribing to as well. How to stay up to date? Obviously, find us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is iBooks Accounting. You can search by writing @iBooks Accounting in search bar, and you can find us there. Like us there. You will see all the updates being posted on our Facebook page regularly. We're quite active on Facebook now. It is due to this pandemic, and all the information which we receive from ATO or any other media or channels, we always post on our Facebook page. So it's a great place to keep up to date with these all changes and all these packages coming in, all the support government has been announcing and may announce in future as well. All right, so what's next? So in this video, we talked about mainly JobKeeper payment, which is the 1,500 a fortnight payment, which government has announced yesterday, which is yet to be go through and passed by the parliament, and further details will be released by the ATO as available. In this series, we'll be also arranging some of the videos and posting on our Facebook page as well about what are the requirements to access the job seeker payment, how you can do it, what is the process ahead, what requirement you need to satisfy. We'll also release a dedicated video for early release of super. We got many phone calls since the announcement by the government about this, that people want to claim their super. They want to access that super early if they can to survive this cash flow strain by the coronavirus. I think we'll be recording a video and releasing that really soon. I think that will be in-depth information, and we'll tell you everything you need to know about that. The majority of the business owner obviously want to know about the cash flow boost for the businesses, which is the big one, where the government has announced to support the businesses with employees from $20,000 to $100,000, up to $100,000 over next 3 best quarters. So we'll release a video on that as well soon. Keep in touch, like our page, and so you don't miss out any information we release. And we'll actually also, while we talk about the early release of super, we'll also talk about the benefits that are available to non-residents, temporary residents, or international students. Mainly that's made of early release of super to survive through this hard time. If you need to talk to us, feel free to give us a call on 07355 77725. Please be considerate of this is a crazy time for all of us. We are badly flooded with the appointments and the phone call as well. So we may not be able to get back to you straight away, but bear with us. We'll definitely get back to you. And if you will always release more information via emails to all our clients and the subscribers. You can also email us to support@ibooksaccounting.com.au saying, I want to subscribe for all the updates other than the membership package we just mentioned, just generic information. Feel free to email us, and we'll actually include you in all the outgoing generic correspondence we send to all our audience. Further, you can also book an appointment face-to-face via Zoom meetings. For individuals, the appointment booking fee is $100, and for businesses, it's $250. Please don't feel that we're trying to exploit the situation. It is mainly for keeping those time investors and no-shows away, so that we can help the genuinely people who are genuinely in need, basically. And these fees, if you are not eligible for any of those packages, are refundable, excluding that $50 booking fee, which is part of that $100 and $250 fees applicable. So meaning, just an example, let's say you book an appointment with us for $250 for business consulting about whether your business is eligible for cash flow boost for business. We'll go through that meeting, we'll collect the information, we'll analyze your data, and once we find out, yes, you're eligible, obviously, then you don't get this refund. But if you are not eligible by any chance, we don't want to put more pressure on your business, and we'll refund $200 out of $250, only keeping the $50 booking fee from that particular session, just to pay for this time we invest on your analysis and pay our employees as well. Our business is the same as like yours. We also have stressful situation because of the pandemic, and we also trying to survive here. So this is the information we have put together so far, and we'll keep you posted for more. Any more questions, please follow our website or like us on our Facebook page, comments there. You can also join our private iBooks VIP group as well. Just comment on our Facebook page, and we'll invite you to join that page as well. There is a more specific information available on our private iBooks VIP group as well. So thanks for being along, staying along for long. I hope you guys survive through this hard time. I wish you all the very best for all of you to survive this pandemic. And please stay home. Please maintain the social distancing requirements the government has done. Announced it is for us, it is for our safety, it is the safety, it is for the safety of the nation. It is not to cause any sort of trouble to you guys. It is just for safety of everybody and to fight this pandemic. Lastly, before I say goodbye, want to make sure please you get the integrity reminder through to you guys as well. We are really strict on the integrity measures. We believe ethics and integrities are the utmost important in this crisis time. So please do not approach for any dodgy claims or dodgy request or any unethical or dishonest request to access these benefits. Obviously, we will say no to you, but any such request will be also reported to ATO as per our professional obligations and duties. Thanks a lot again, and good luck with everything.